We're talking to Alana McLaughlin, and the topic is slavery and the Holocaust. And she's given us quite a bit of information in reference to the inhumanity of man toward man in both slavery and the Holocaust. But she has also agreed now to not only talk about these topics, but to expand the area of slavery as well as the Holocaust. And let's pick up where we left off in reference to your idea of slavery outside of the slavery that you've been talking about.
Well, if you just tuned in to the last 10 minutes of the show today, we basically, from the last two segments, we talked about how the slaves fell and the perspective of if parents want to tell them about the history, if they're too mature or if they're too immature. Now, in the first segment, I'm going to go back and expand on what slavery really means. Now, slavery still goes on. It might not go on as familiar, or it might not go on as often, but it still goes on in China, India, Indonesia, Asia, Philippines, the Netherlands. It still goes on somewhere, like human trafficking or sexual abuse. That's still being used as a slave because you have to work or you get beaten if your master doesn't tell you to do it and you do it anyway, then you're gonna have a punishment. So it still goes on. So never think that slavery is just completely all gone just because you don't see it, because it's going on somewhere. You might not see it, but it's going on somewhere, and you might not hear it, but it's still going on.
And so what you're saying is that the modern slavery that you're talking about, trafficking and et cetera, is as detrimental to individuals as the old kind of slavery, sending them to the fields and et cetera, and that you would like to advocate the end of this new kind of slavery that we're talking about. What do you say about that? Do you think that that many people are caught up in this through what you often refer to as bullying?
Yes, cyberbullying. You can be bullied anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're on the internet, because some people believe that anybody likes them more people like them if they're prettier, or more people like them if they're more popular, if they have long hair, short hair, and long skirts and short skirts, and they think that they are liked more just because they're more better than their usual self. Now, bullying mainly goes on with your electronics like iPod Touch, iPhone 4S, laptops. It mainly goes on there. And I'm trying to stop it right there. Don't expand more to where you can be bullied at home, in your own house, because it already happened. Just stop right there, cut the cord, quit bullying, and I literally will start my own campaign to stop bullying in MNPS, the Metro Nashville Public School System, because I know that mainly it goes on anywhere, any state, any place. It goes on, just like slavery. It goes on in different countries, and you might not see it, but you know it's still happening.
And so you're involved in a campaign, Alana, to try to improve the situation for folks who are being bullied, or folks who are being exploited, or
being a bully. If you want to turn around, then you can honestly. There are many ways for forgiveness. Ask the people that you bullied to forgive you. Ask for forgiveness, like you do if you committed a sin to the Lord. Ask forgiveness.
And so in a real sense, I think you introduced something that's quite unique here, that you think it's more important to deal not only with the persons who are bullied, but the people who are bullies themselves. Is that what you're saying? Is that you really stop the bully, and then there is no bullying? Is that what you're trying to say here?
I really believe that everybody deserves a second chance. From being bullied to being a bully, from being in the making of both. I really believe that everybody deserves a second chance, because you're not born a bully. You can be like, oh yeah, I'm tough, but you're not born a bully. You're made into a bully because you see your parents fighting with each other. You're gonna go do it to somebody else. In your early childhood, if you're traumatized by something, then that could lead on to further mess, and basically that bullies might be the people who are bullied, and they're just doing it so that they don't get hurt anymore, or that they were traumatized in their earlier years, and they're just gonna go do it because they see their parents doing it, and they're gonna recreate that until it finally all stops.
And so, what would you tell your classmates and people within your age group in reference to this whole thing of the Holocaust and slavery and bullying, trying to tie all three of those ideas together? Let's see if you can bring all three of those ideas together for us over the last 3 or 4 minutes that we have here.
I believe all three things should be known by children from Africa or the United States. I mean, everywhere it's your history, so you have to know it, from being in the Holocaust to being a slave. It's all our history. It's all in our veins. And don't you want to know where your parents came from or where your great grandma came from? If you can't find it in your history, then just go back to famous history, because you know you're related to it. So I believe that all children should really know about this because it's their history. And if they're curious about where their grandma came from, they can go back and look up in an encyclopedia or on your iPhone, iPod, and be like, Haney family, and then see a whole line that we were involved in slavery, or that we were involved in the Holocaust and bullying, and I basically believe that everybody should know about it.
Very good. And Alana, this is a topic that I had some reservations about talking to you in reference to, because I was not exactly sure on how we would be able to handle this. But I think that the information that you've given me in reference to slavery as well as in reference to the Holocaust has really tied things together and has given us an opportunity to see how people can think of things in a different perspective depending upon some of the things that have happened in their background. That is, folks who have been a part of the Holocaust have been exploited, folks who have been a part of slavery have been exploited, and there are a large number of other groups that we can talk about that have also been exploited. And so what you're talking about, you're trying to deal with what we might consider to be unity. You've sort of set yourself up as an advocate in a real sense of the downtrodden and the folks who are exploited. Is that a correct characterization of what you are doing as you evolve in reference to what we're doing here?
Yes, I'm just trying to get the word out about your history. I'm sitting here this morning, basically for your own good, to tell you about what you came from, what you hopefully will not go back into, or what you need to know. That's the reason why I'm here today. I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help all these viewers know where they came from and where they will never go back to, hopefully, but where they came from and their roots. That's why I'm here today, to help you basically know more about your roots.
And you think that more children your age, and I still am prone to call you a child, but more people between the children between the ages of 5 and 11 ought to be concerned with what you're talking about here now, and
yes,
that if we could get all of those individuals concerned in reference to this, that you think we would have a better world, a better school? Or
exactly. Better school systems, better chairs, textbooks. Just because we just tried to help you here today. Because every big thing starts from the nothingness.